This is Michael Winslow, and that was your name from band name and heavy metal. Shut up!
This is Don Gibb from Chicago, Ogre. And you nerds are listening to Toxic Radio. Don't play it safe. Play it toxic.
Welcome to the Cinescape podcast, where we're changing the landscape of movie and TV news and reviews. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are here from Westville, New Jersey on a Saturday. We are changing up a little bit. Easter is tomorrow, so we wanted to observe. We wanted to observe the holiday. Right. So we're in here on a Saturday. I am joined, as always, by Rowdy Tazzy. What's up, Billy?
Just living the dream here. Saturday in Westville, New Jersey. The newsstand is open for business today.
Yes, it is. It really is.
We are recording here live on a Saturday. It's glorious.
We are also joined by two special guests today. You know him, you love him. Our Cinescape Trivia Challenge judge, Pat Mahoney, is back with us. What's up, Pat?
Hey, what's going on, man? Thanks for having me back. Appreciate it.
And somebody that you've heard of, you've heard his voice, you've heard us talk about him, but you've never actually seen him.
You felt him, you've heard him.
He is the Bob Sacamano of the Cinescape podcast, Mike Crispin. What's up, Michael?
Thanks, guys. Good to be here.
All right, and we have DJ behind the sound booth today, mixing it up for us. What's up, DJ?
What's going on?
Yo, man, how you feeling today?
I am hungover.
Yeah, you were pretty ripped up last night.
Yes, I was.
Man.
I was fucking gone.
Yeah,
I got lost in the park's parking lot.
Yeah, that's a danger zone out there, man.
Yeah,
Just imagine how many kids fall asleep in cars out there a year.
Yeah.
So
It's easy to get lost in that parking lot.
Yeah. The best thing to do is before you walk in, just always look up at a street light up there and just try and remember that number and letter.
That's what I did, but
take a picture of it. That's all.
I was in the completely wrong part of the parking lot.
Yeah. He's probably out where the horses are in the stables.
This isn't my car.
That's my ride home.
That's not a van. That's my son.
That's not a bottle of rum. That's my wife.
Well, we have a very big show for you guys today. Not only do we have the latest movie and TV news, we are also going to be recapping our time from last weekend at Nostalgia Fest 2017.
It's honestly, it's going to be a huge show today. It's going to be, we're going to drop bombs on China. Okay? I don't know if you saw this the other day. I dropped the Moab on Afghanistan and ISIS. It's the mother of all bombs. I dropped it. It was huge. So, just like today's show, it's going to be huge. Continue.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely huge. Also, Star Wars Celebration is going on as we speak in Orlando, Florida. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about some of the things that have come out of that as of yet. We got that Star Wars trailer that came out for last Jedi the other day or yesterday.
Yesterday.
So we're going to be talking that. So we have a lot to talk about.
A lot.
DJ, if you could be so kind, can you please bring up our soundboard so we can entertain these nice young folks. So we have
before we jump into
we have some sad news.
Before that, we should let everyone know about Alternate Dimension Toys, our sponsor, located in Newtown, Pennsylvania, in Bucks County. Today, they are having their 10th trading night, starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check them out if you're in the Newtown, Bucks County area. Get your toys, get your Funkos, stop on up. They'll be trading, starting at 6 o'clock, going into the eve. And if you don't have anything to trade, the shop is open also. Plenty of deals going on, plenty of sales. So I know he just stocked up over there. Whoa, what's that over there? Hey, look out. All right.
And we're also going to be there,
and we're going to be there later on this evening. So
we're special guests tonight.
We are special guests. So stop on out and see us. We'll be there. Stop on by and see Andy over at the toy store, Alternate Dimension Toys, located in Newtown, Pennsylvania, on Main Street there. So, yeah, Saturday night. If you don't have plans, be there, be square.
All right, well, let's jump right into it. We got a couple of sad pieces of news to go
Very
over.
sad.
Earlier
Let's
this
bring
week,
our voices down a decibel just because of how sad it is.
legendary insult comic Don Rickles passed away last week at the age of 90 due to kidney failure.
Took you long enough, you dummy.
The honorary member of the Rat Pack is best known for his celebrity roast and a career that spanned 6 decades. Let's open up the table. Mike, what are some of your favorite appearances of Don Rickles?
I always loved the stand-up, but I would say one of the more recent roles he had was in Dirty Work.
Yeah, that would be mine too.
Yeah. And I know that's from our era. I know, Don had a lot of stuff that was pre us, but
Right.
Dirty Work definitely hits home.
Absolutely.
I still find myself quoting him.
You're swelling up as I look at you.
Swelling up. Baskin Robbins just called, and they're down to 4 flavors.
What are you laughing at? Because I called your friend a fat pig?
Hello, ice cream, hot dog.
Having a good time in there?
Oh, it's just classic.
Pat, what are some of your favorite memories of Don Rickles?
I actually, if anyone ever gets a chance to watch the roast of Mr. T, Don Rickles played a huge part in that.
Okay.
He just dropped some hilarious lines in that. It was awesome. The roast of Mr. T, I really highly suggested. It was awesome for its time, and Don Rickles really made that show. So check out the roast of Mr. T. That was one of my favorites.
All right, Bill, what about yours?
I always liked the roast that he did. Yeah,
The Friars roast.
Yeah, the Friars roast, because I just feel like what we have now on Comedy Central is attributed to what he started. So the roast for me just started it all, and of course just the 2-minute clip that he was in Dirty Work is gold too. So.
Sure.
And I think he's like the only person who's like ripped presidents for what they are, which is pretty funny. So plenty of stuff out there that you can watch.
Well, we got a twofer here with the celebrity deaths, as comedian Charlie Murphy passed away on Wednesday at the age of 57 following his battle with leukemia.
Charlie Murphy!
Double whammy here this week. I mean, obviously, most people know him from, as a Chappelle show.
Yeah.
Doing the Rick James skit and the
Rick
Prince
James.
skit and the time traveling
Yeah.
like pimps and shit like that. But I've actually watched some of his stand-ups before, and I got to tell you, I was a little disappointed in them. They're not
good.
anything like his character in Chappelle's show. But we'll always have his time on Chappelle's show to go back and look at. If you're not a fan of anything else that he did.
Yeah.
But very very young. To be passing away.
57. Yeah.
57. I was gonna say cocaine's a hell of a drug. Cancer's a hell of a disease.
Yeah.
So very very sad news. So
No
just
idea
our
who
thoughts go out to the families of Charlie and Don.
Young, black, and famous.
Yeah.
Oh
no! Bill, before we get into the rest of our regular stuff, you have something that you wanted to try here today. You ready?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
That wasn't really the setup. Oh God! Shit! Oh. Oh God!
I'm gonna give it to you one more time.
Oh God! Well, what happened? Sean's got to learn how to set up better. Wait, what's happening? Oh shit! Shit! Do you feel that? Oh, my testicles are being zapped. Oh, but
Jesus
wait, you guys are
I feel
all
like
still.
we just went back in time.
I think we did go back in time because. Oh shit! Wait.
Why are you touching him?
You guys have these weird hairy arms. But
I'm a man.
well, I think we all feel normal, and we're still in a studio. But I don't know. Let's just do TV buzz and our flip the script and stuff. But listen, a lot to talk about today. I don't know what just happened to us, but let's just jump right into some of the stories that we have going on today. A lot of movies coming out this year, guys. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
So, here's a movie I want to first pick your brain about. So, Michael J. Fox is going to be playing Marty McFly, a typical American teenager from the 80s who's accidentally sent back to 1955 in a plutonium-powered DeLorean time machine, invented by a slightly mad scientist played by Christopher Lloyd.
But the guy from Taxi. Okay.
Star Trek 3. During his often hysterical, always amazing trip back in time, Marty must make certain his teenage parents-to-be meet and fall in love so he can get back to the future. What do you think about this movie directed by Robert Zemeckis coming out this July?
What do you mean he has to get back to the future?
I don't know. That's what I don't get. You know what I mean?
Like he was in the future and now he has to get there again.
I guess he's here, but then he goes back only to move forward. What do you think about this movie coming out?
I mean,
Back to the Future.
We've seen time travel last year with Terminator.
Right.
So, like, do we need another time traveling movie again? Like, how's that going to work? I mean, can you, like, go back in time and, like, cross over with a Terminator movie? Like, are they going to be able to show up in each other's movies here?
I don't know. What this time machine, a DeLorean. Who even wants one of those?
You know, it's one of the hottest selling cars out there right now.
It's ugly.
What? Nah, that thing's so cool looking. It's going to be selling for a long time.
My friend Glenn Guglia just got one of those.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
How's he like it?
He likes it a lot. He's a big Miami Vice fan, too.
Yeah. Looks like a car that, Don Johnson would drive, so... I don't know. Pat, what do you think about this movie?
Are you telling me this sucker is nuclear? You said plutonium?
Yeah.
So Michael J. Fox, the guy from Family Ties, is driving around a $1 million DeLorean.
Yeah.
That's nuclear.
Right.
I don't know. It sounds stupid to me.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be a huge fail.
Yeah. For me, I think it's a big pass. So I'm gonna give this a thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this movie.
Probably not gonna waste my time.
It's gonna bomb.
Yeah.
I mean, like, maybe go to the future, not go back to the future.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Pick one or the other. Right?
Definitely doesn't have any potential for any sequels either.
Yeah. No, not at all.
No.
But one sequel that I do want to see, Rambo: First Blood Part 2. So you got Stallone, Richard Crenna returning this May for Rambo 2. So you got John Rambo being removed from prison by his former superior, Colonel Troutman, for a top secret mission where he's going to go to Vietnam and bring back POWs that are being held there, all right? So his only assignment is to take pictures. No conflict, okay?
No, that's wrong.
But
bad idea.
After we find out that Rambo's teaming up with a female Vietnamese freedom fighter, Co Bao, okay?
Oh.
Yeah, Co Bao. Sounds like a soft drink or something, right? Rambo embarks on a mission to rescue these POWs who are being held by the sadistic Vietnamese Captain Vin and his Russian comrade, Lieutenant Podolsky, who is actually played by the guy that played Victor Maitland in Beverly Hills Cop last year. Yep, that guy. So, what do you think about Rambo: First Blood Part 2?
I mean, wouldn't it be Second Blood? We already had the First Blood. Now it's the Second Blood.
Well, he's given the First Blood again. So he healed up. Now it's an all-new First Blood, but again. So
I don't know. I'm not buying it. Like,
you're not buying
shouldn't
it?
it be in a different war at this point? Is it like how long is the Vietnam War going on for?
It's still going.
Oh my goodness.
It's a conflict.
I like the idea of him having a female companion. I mean, he
Yeah.
definitely didn't slay any ass in the first movie.
No.
And
It was total,
he went to prison at the end of
right.
the first movie. So he's definitely going to need to crush some sort of ass, albeit Vietnamese ass as well.
Right. So, and one that's on his level. Obviously he kills with a machete and stuff. I'm assuming that, this one, she's probably got a bow and arrow. She probably has some kind of jungle talents. I think it's a good match.
Binroy.
Well, I just hope there's more of a point to this one, because the first movie the whole point was, we don't like the way this guy looks walking through our town.
Right.
Get out of our town.
That's racist.
Because we don't like the way you look.
Yeah.
And then a lot of cops died for it.
Right.
What the hell? So, I mean, at least he's now in the jungle and, like, around people with guns who aren't going to say, hey, I don't like the way you look. But he's taking pictures only? I hope he actually kills these people.
I think his only sole intention will be to kill these these people.
He's going to have to turn this into his own personal war, if you ask me.
He's going to have to give First Blood again.
They drew First Blood.
But you know what? Stallone's going to have a big year by the time it's all said and done, because you know what? He's got another sequel coming out, Rocky 4, all right? So, Stallone's going to be out later this year in November, reprising his role as the famed boxer. We saw him, last time around taking on Clubber Lang and the famous Thunderlips Okay. Now we got the Russian. We got the Russian here, Ivan Drago.
Damn.
All right. So he's in the ring after he, according to sources here from, let's see, who's our source here?
Is that Phil Swift?
Phil Swift of Cine Weekly. He's the writer over there, and according to this, it's not looking good for Apollo Creed this time.
Really?
Yeah. So the famed champion is going down.
So Apollo gets back to the ring
with Ivan Drago.
Wow.
And then, I don't want to give too much away here from what Phil told me, but it's going to go downhill fast. But what do you think about a Rocky 4, huh? Rocky 4, you think he's still got it left in the tank?
I mean,
how many more of these movies are they gonna do?
I mean, Russia's no joke, and if you're gonna box somebody from Russia, you're gonna have to train like
hard,
like there's no tomorrow. I mean, I don't think like conventional weights and gyms are really gonna do it. I mean, you're gonna have to find some kind of way to really up your training sessions and be able to get in the ring with this guy. So I mean, that's what I'm gonna be looking forward to. Seeing just how Rocky, figures out a way to really bolster his game and maybe like use natural elements to enhance his skills.
Absolutely, Mike. What do you think about Rocky 4 and the future of this franchise?
I think they should definitely have a Rocky versus Andre the Giant match to kind of set the stage.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Pat, what do you think? Rocky 4. Do you think there's going to be a 5? Do you think there's a 5 at this point?
There's no way that
I think at this point Rocky has to maybe die.
Whoa.
I mean,
what do you think? He's going
over.
Everybody's getting AIDS.
He's going over to a communist country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Russia hates us.
No, Cold War's going on right now.
Yeah, they want to kill us at any moment. Maybe they just make an example by.
What do you think? What do you think about this? Wild prediction, but what do you think? Okay, you got Balboa wearing the spangly stars and striped shorts, going over to Mother Russia. You got the 6'5" Ivan Drago in the ring. And
I heard whatever he hits, he destroys.
I heard that too. 1,850 pounds per square inch.
Really?
Yeah, it's the numbers he's running. Pretty high numbers. But you got democracy versus communism, and the two of them collide, rising up.
So this isn't for the title then?
This is for pride, for honor.
Nationalism.
For nationalism.
So
America.
So his championship's not on the line.
No, this is for Apollo. This is for America. So, do you think something bigger happens here? Like maybe we, Gorbachev, tear down that wall. Do you think we get something like that at the end of this movie?
I mean,
what do you think?
I don't know.
All right, Pat,
I think if it's
that's enough out of you.
I think if it's driven by like a Steve Perry solo song enthused montage.
Yeah.
Before the whole build up to.
Do you think we're gonna get a montage in this movie?
Maybe.
I would like a montage.
Okay.
What kind of?
It's not a Rocky movie without a montage.
You think you think he's driving a car in a montage? And if so, what kind of car?
Somebody's
got to
be driving a car.
Not a DeLorean.
Sure. No, that would be something wild though.
Yeah. I'm thinking like a De Tomaso Pantera with a license plate that says Southpaw.
Okay.
Just a wild guess. But you know what? Hey, we're moving on here, all right? Big year for Stallone. You know who else is going to have a big year? And you guys tell me if you like this guy, because I heard he's a fucking dick, okay? I heard that from Vanessa Angel, who worked with Chevy Chase on the set of Spies Like Us, coming out this year. Chase has also got Fletch and European Vacation. So what do you think about this comedy lineup from Chevy Chase from Saturday Night Live? You think this has got the chops to make it this year?
Yeah, I mean, I heard Gilda Radner give an interview one time about his antics on set, and he does seem like he's not the the nicest guy to be around. He might be a little full of himself.
Yeah.
But I did love Vacation, so it's hard to weigh one against the other. I mean, I don't know him personally, so I don't care how he is.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll have to see how Fletch is later this year to see how that rounds things out. So, what do you guys think about Chevy Chase and his lineup this year of movies?
If Chevy Chase is in a movie, I'm watching it.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Whether it's Vacation, Caddyshack, I'm all over it.
All right.
And anything on Saturday Night Live. Chevy Chase delivers.
All right, Chevy Chase.
Yeah, it looks like it's got some promise. What is he dressing up as different characters in this movie or something?
Yeah, Fletch apparently, does some shtick, and he's, he's a reporter or something. I don't know.
I'll check it out. It's gotta be
we'll
funny.
check it out.
Yeah, it's gotta be funny.
You guys ready for Police Academy 2?
Yeah.
First assignment, Steve Gutenberg come back to the Screwball Police Squad in the sequel where Mahoney and his friends they finally have graduated from the police academy. They're issued their first assignments, but as before, their cheerfulness and devotion to duty outweighs any shortcomings. But are they ready to do battle with a band that is graffitiing all around town?
The actual character of Mahoney is based on our very own Pat Mahoney here.
Yeah.
Steve Gutenberg actually came out 3 years ago while they were filming the original Police Academy.
Yeah.
And, he spent a week at Pat's house, and he learned, all his mannerisms and, the kinds of things that he's into. And, really got to know Pat very well. And, he portrays his character pretty much verbatim on screen, which is a lot of fun to see.
He plays real nice tricks.
Yeah.
On his upper echelon of police officers there, and I could be sneaky like that too. So he really took that from me.
It's just unfortunate that our real life Pat Mahoney didn't get it in with Kim Cattrall.
Oh
no, I'm still working on that.
Pat.
Bummer.
Yeah. We got some other movies coming out this year though. What do you think about this movie with Val Kilmer, Real Genius? So. Yeah, it's about some teenage geniuses that deal with their abilities while developing a high-powered laser for a class project that ends up being turned into a weapon by the teacher. What do you think about this?
Sounds real stupid.
It sounds like a plot to a Batman movie.
Right?
Imagine him if he's Batman one day.
Yeah, right?
Val Kilmer.
Yeah,
Val
right.
Kilmer.
Yeah.
Could you imagine
Iceman.
Yeah.
That'll never happen.
I heard he's going to be in that Top Gun movie.
I heard that
Jet
too.
movie or something too.
It's
right?
like an airplane, Air Force movie. Tom Cruise is maybe in the works right now. I don't know about this though. A fucking Air Force airplane movie? Come on, are we ready for something like that?
No.
Nah, I don't think so.
I don't know about this. I don't know about this movie, but I hear he's lined up to play the hero in George Lucas fantasy epic about a dwarf or a midget or something. I don't know.
Wow, what?
Who is gonna fulfill a prophecy to help destroy an evil queen?
Oh my god!
So I'm excited for
What's
that.
that called? What's that going to be called?
I think it's gonna be called Willow.
Huh.
Oh.
Okay.
Willow.
We'll have to keep a lookout for that. Val Kilmer might be rising before our eyes here, huh?
Okay.
All right. Well,
lined up.
You guys big John Hughes fans?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's made a couple already.
What do you think about Weird Science, huh? Kelly LeBrock being the focal centerpiece here, with two young boys who create a fantasy model out of some porno mags and some a telephone.
Barbie doll.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's John Hughes. I guess I'll go see it. But the real movie I'm waiting for is Pee-wee's Big Adventures. So this looks like a riot for the summer. A couple other movies that I'm waiting to see too. Once Bitten. Seems like a whole theme of these types of horror type characters being integrated into comedies because we got a unknown face, James Carey, playing I don't know, he's a Canadian actor playing in Once Bitten with but then we got Michael J. Fox again in Teen Wolf.
Teen Wolf?
He just keeps playing all these confusing roles. He's a teen who's in high school that gets bit by a wolf and apparently plays basketball or some shit.
How can he play
Did you hear
basketball?
that one,
He doesn't even
DJ?
have opposable thumbs.
I just don't understand it.
No.
It makes no sense. Just like that Back to the Future movie. What
Yeah.
the fuck is that shit all about?
It's like we got certain movies that we just love and know, like Rambo. Like we're just gonna watch.
He's
him
not even that good
kill.
on Family Ties.
No.
Just to kind of go further down the line, with the horror genre or the teen comedy horror genre.
Yeah.
Coming out in August, we have Fright Night. So that should be interesting. It's about a teenage high school kid who lives next door to a vampire. And the vampire kind of has the hots for the kid's mom.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
so
awesome.
That should be interesting.
Maybe we'll go see that. We
Take
do have
the ladies.
Yeah, we do have a lot of horror movies coming out this year too. Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. You guys ready for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2? Freddy's
Man,
Revenge.
He's been giving me nightmares.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can do it again.
Yeah. Hey, bitch.
I love the first one, man. I don't know if they're going to be able to top Johnny Depp's death, though.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the best death scenes I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean Johnny Depp, man, going out cold. A couple more movies here. Did you see this weird one called Mask with Cher and this guy with this goopy face?
Yeah, he looks funny.
Yeah, Eric Stoltz is playing some kind of disfigured guy who's got some shit going on. I don't even know. It's a pass for me.
Yeah,
but Commando, man, Arnold's coming back playing playing John Matrix, a retired military retired military guy who
the movie wasn't even out yet. We're doing this whole bit on like 1985, and you're throwing it in fucking kindergarten.
Yeah.
Way to play kayfabe.
Wait,
We just went back to the future.
Yeah, we got a DeLorean in the parking lot here.
there's that word heavy again.
There goes our cover's blown. We got it.
Son of a bitch.
Oh God, I'm
Yeah,
feeling,
it sounds
I'm feeling
great,
funny
man.
again.
Yeah, it sounds great. Yeah.
Oh God, I'm feeling funny again. Oh God.
Whoa!
Shit.
We've just been transported back from 1985 here.
shit.
Oh my goodness! So we hope you've enjoyed our retro recap of some of the greatest movies coming out in 1985. Yeah, that was certainly something, Bill. I'm glad we tried that out.
Yeah, we there's a lot of movies to see.
Yeah, and 1985 was a pretty good year for
Pretty
us.
good year.
All right, well
Let's jump right into
yeah, now
fucking.
that we're back in the we're back to the future again. Let's get into this week's TV.
You want to
buzz.
jump into this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can I read the
you
segment synopsis?
Yeah, I want you to jump into it.
All right.
Jump in.
Well, we're going to be getting into the biggest news stories from the world of TV, so we're going to buzz it up one more time. According to Fox News, Jersey Shore star Mike the Situation Sorrentino is facing serious jail time for tax evasion.
Douche.
The
Thank God.
Situation and his brother Mark were indicted last week on the charges of tax evasion, structuring, and falsifying records. The indictment states that Sorrentino hid his cash income, evaded his 2011 income taxes, and filed a false return for his clothing line. If convicted, the Sorrentino brothers face a statutory maximum sentence of 5 years for the conspiracy count and 3 years for each count of aiding and the preparation of false tax returns. On top of that, the Situation faces a maximum sentence of 10 years for each structuring count and 5 for the tax evasion count. So this dude looks to be going away for a pretty substantial amount of time.
He's in a big situation.
Yeah, he is.
Add on 3 years for being a stone cold mortal jerk off.
I'll take it.
Good.
So is anybody upset about the Situation going to jail?
No.
Not terrible.
We're all happy about it, I guess.
This makes me so happy. so happy.
Well, for you who lives in New Jersey, this just
God, don't care.
this just starts to wipe the slate clean for New Jersey.
Yeah, it does. They put such a black mark, especially on South Jersey. Like I was in Vegas when this was all going on, Jersey Shore, and the lady behind one of the counters like, you're from Jersey. I'm like, no, I do not talk like that.
You must love gym, tan, and laundry.
Like we're in a different state. North Jersey, it's
Where's
its
your
own
tan?
fucking identity.
Yeah,
Do
it's
not compare
embarrassing.
me to that again.
Yeah, so Situation's going away.
Good, Good
All
for
right.
him.
Cool. Moving on. Marvel is gearing up for another TV series in the form of the New Warriors, set to premiere on Freeform, which will include the hero Squirrel Girl, per Marvel.com. They're quoted as saying, Marvel's New Warriors is about 6 young people with powers living and working together with powers and abilities on the opposite end of the spectrum of the Avengers. The New Warriors want to make a difference in the world, even if the world isn't ready. Not quite super, not yet heroes. Marvel's New Warriors is about that time in your life when you first enter adulthood and feel like you can do everything and nothing at once, except in this world, bad guys can be as terrifying as bad dates.
I heard they announced one of the the cast members already. It's Pigman.
I just saw a pig man. A pig man!
This show sounds like it's gonna suck, you know?
Bad.
Entering adulthood for the first time. Like, what are we gonna
go
watch?
through puberty?
Yeah. Hey, I got my pubes. I'm Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl found her nuts.
Oh God.
Students.
And it's on Freeform. Who the
Yeah,
hell
like,
even watches it? It's
the
like
channel formerly known as ABC Family Channel.
It's just no.
Remember when it used to be just the Family Channel? Then it was
Yeah.
Fox Family Channel. Then it was ABC Family
Oh,
Channel.
God, it's always changed. That means no one watches it. It's because different people keep
Yeah.
buying it. and
Well, I'm gonna have
changing
to
it.
sandwich it in between a Harry Potter marathon now, you know?
Mike, are you at all familiar with the new Warriors, Squirrel Girl, any of those people?
I am not. Actually, reading the comics growing up, I kind of always passed by that one. But, I was always intrigued by some of the individual characters that were on there, like Scarlet Spider and Nova, and Speedball, who ultimately became Penance. Are they even on this show? Those three characters?
We don't know yet.
Okay. Other than that, I don't know much about it.
Yeah, it sounds like Cloak and Daggers on this channel too, which is going to be premiering next year.
Okay.
Very hesitant to check these out because of the station that they are on. They're going to be like, teen, stupid
millennials,
yeah.
Full House, but
but bad.
The new Warriors.
It'll be like Fuller House.
Ugh. Dumb.
All right. This next story is going to please Pat. A new Mega Man animated series is coming to Cartoon Network. A quote saying, "We are thrilled that Cartoon Network has picked up the new Mega Man series for its U.S. viewers." DHX Media's executive producer Ken Fire said in a press release. Foyer. This deal points to the solid demand for our original kids content and highlights the strength of our strategy in collaborating with leading industry peers such as Dentsu and Man of Action to refresh evergreen properties for today's kids. Blah, 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 Mega Man. So, Pat, are you excited to check out a new Mega Man animated series?
No, I want a Mega Man hard rated R movie that is gory. That's
I
what
just want a new Mega
want-
Man game.
Yeah, I want to see
That would actually be
Cutman.
awesome.
Yeah, I want to see Cutman and Quickman actually brutally murdering like civilians.
Now, this really pisses me off to no end.
Yeah, it does. But why the hell can't someone make a hard R Mega Man? He just blasts people to smithereens with his friggin'. That would be awesome.
Have him go on a
Tell me
killing
it
spree.
wouldn't be awesome. That would be awesome.
Hypothetically, there's a hard R Mega Man movie coming. Who's directing?
Ooh.
Oh, Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah. Get the director from John Wick and have somebody
yeah.
kill
That's
Zero
a great
and have him
idea.
go kill a
How about
killing spree
how
for
about
killing
a Mega
Zero.
Man John Wick team up movie?
Dude, that would be the greatest thing ever, dude. Yeah, someone needs to do a hard R Mega Man. Somebody.
I love it.
It will definitely work.
Bill, you're gonna be checking out this Mega Man Cartoon Network series.
I guess if Pat's telling me to, I gotta check it out. Hard R.
No, I'm
Hard
done
R.
with the cartoons. Hard R. Hard R.
Although the speaking of video game cartoons, the Castlevania anime series, that's still on.
It's coming to
Yeah,
Netflix, right?
Yeah,
Is that
that's-
on yet?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's gonna be awesome. By what reading about that,
That should
I'm
be
sure.
violent, very bloody, very along the lines of what Pat hopes Mega Man will be, right?
Yeah, but Mega Man will be a live action hard R. I gotta stress the hard R in Mega Man.
Wait, what carries the difference from R to hard R?
Just much more graphic
The
violence.
size of his boner.
Woodman.
Mega Woodman. Hard R.
Hard R.
Oh my God!
Oh man, Bill, read the next one.
Yeah. Marvel's The Defenders will premiere on Netflix August 8th, according to
Yeah.
an Easter egg in a new promotional video.
Yeah, so they put like a little
Easter egg.
little teaser video that had the 4 characters in a elevator with like security cam footage, and then up in the right-hand corner, they had a bunch of numbers, which come out to be 8/8/17, which is August 8th, 2017. So yeah, we've talked a lot about the Marvel Netflix universe on the shows in the past, and we're very, very much looking forward to seeing all four of them come together here in the Defenders. But we want to get some of your guys' takes. Mike, what do you think about these Netflix series and the Defenders coming together?
As you guys all know, I'm the wrong person to talk to about this because I have not watched all the Netflix series for Marvel. Yes, I know.
I haven't watched them yet either.
Pat reminds me probably weekly.
I gotta watch Daredevil.
You know what? I think I got turned off by Kingpin having a girlfriend in the first series of Daredevil, and seeing the soft side to Kingpin, who is a brutal killer and crime boss.
But he is a brutal killer and crime boss.
I
crushes that dude's head with the car.
I saw. Look, this is on me. I saw something I didn't like on that show, and I didn't follow through with it. So I gotta get back on track. I do like the idea of a Defender series, though. I think putting all these heroes together, Daredevil, Punisher, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage. It creates another dimension as far as secondary heroes, like B-level heroes, so to speak. So
now, Mike, you just brought up a good point, and Pat, I want to get your take on it. Mike just mentioned the Punisher.
Yeah,
that series actually just wrapped filming earlier this week.
Yeah.
We saw, like Bill just said, we saw set photos of him
some
in
bloodied
full
up
costume.
pictures too.
He's got like bullet holes in the chest plate there.
It's gonna be amazing.
Up,
Pat, do you think we're gonna see the Punisher show up in the Defenders at any point?
In the Defender, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he just has like a small pop up here and there, but
maybe for an episode or two.
Maybe like Madame Gao.
Yeah, I mean, then again, I don't think he will at all, because if you remember how they were originally laid out, it was originally laid out to just have those four,
right?
Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and Daredevil.
Maybe we'll just get some kind of reference to him.
Yeah, you might. I mean, like Murdoch, Daredevil might reference him, but the reason that he wasn't in it, because I think it wasn't originally in the plans. And then once his popularity grew from that season 2, like, you know what, why don't we give this guy his own series? So, yeah, that's why you got to watch season 2 of Daredevil, because
season 2 is phenomenal.
The Punisher in that, like, it was just so awesome and so badass.
I could see Mike not liking Iron Fist at all, though.
Yeah,
Mike will probably hate on Iron Fist.
I'm not watching it
for
anymore.
the same reason I hated on Iron Fist, because of his non-expressive eyebrows.
Yeah, Bill didn't like his eyebrows. That was his. That was his 100% valid reason why he didn't. His eyebrows don't move.
They don't move. There's no expression coming out of his eyes.
It's like you're staring at a cat.
Being that I haven't watched it, is at least a pink glow there on his fist? Do we have a little bit?
No pink glow.
Every now and then, it's like an orange glow.
Yeah, like
it's like a Last Dragon kind of glow. Like Timok is teaming up with him.
We can definitely tell you more about Iron Fist on the way back.
I will make it a point to watch Daredevil.
Daredevil season
for the next time I show up on this.
Daredevil season 2, 100%. I actually rewatched it last week.
Did you? Yeah,
it was awesome. Yeah, I love it.
Nice. We have one more TV buzz story for you guys. AMC's Fear the Walking Dead has been renewed for a 4th season, and they have gotten new showrunners for this new season as well. I don't know if any of you guys watch Walking Dead or Fear the Walking Dead, but Fear the Walking Dead sucks.
Yeah, I watched the first season of that, and I stopped because that kid Chris is the worst.
Oh my God, you only watched the first season?
Yeah. Did he hopefully die or run away?
Dead.
Good. God, he sucked. I mean, I have him on my DVR. I'm probably not going to watch him. I prefer to stick to the regular.
I mean, they really suck you in, putting this in the off time of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, well, this is going to be just like this show, and then it's not, and it sucks, but you keep watching it because you're hoping it gets better, and it just doesn't.
Right.
Maybe with the announcement of some of the regular Walking Dead showrunners coming over to do this show as well, that could improve the quality of the show. I think this upcoming season is going to be the last chance that I give it. However, I've sat through 2. I'll give it one more go. Fool me once, shame on you.
Shame on you.
Fool me twice, not gonna fool me again.
Not gonna work here anymore.
Pretty much. All right. Well, we are.
Good luck on your firings.
We are going to be flipping the script.
Whoa.
And we're going to change the focus to film news and reviews. We have a lot to talk about. Bill, go for it.
Let's do it. Despite earlier reports, Todd Fisher saying sister Carrie Fisher would be appearing in Episode 9, this will not be the case. Lucasfilm, you've heard it here first. Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy told ABC News that Todd Fisher was indeed confused and that, sadly, Carrie will not be in 9. Kennedy said, but we will see a lot of Carrie in 8. So no 6, no 9, but we'll see her in 8.
What?
Huh? It was 6.
It was a sexual joke.
Oh, like 69?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Oh, Billy.
Yeah, so we are
so
we're not getting her in 9, which is okay. I mean,
yeah.
You know, they were already filming 8 when she did pass, so it would make sense that they
she finished her scenes for 8.
She probably wouldn't have even gotten a chance to have gotten started on anything to film for 9.
Right.
Yeah, as long as they do her character justice in Episode 8, that's fine with me. You know, I was on the fence, thinking of where her story arc was going to go after that. I mean, obviously, spoiler alert, they killed Han in Episode 7. The through line is probably that through each movie they're going to kill off one of the original 3 characters. So there's a good chance that she was already written to die in this movie anyway.
I heard she was gonna have a huge... I got a bad feeling about this. In 9 originally.
Yeah. Well, I did see an article that popped up.
The whole mother-son dynamic.
Yeah, I saw an article that popped up yesterday. Is that they had to actually rewrite or completely scrap the script for Episode 9.
So you think they're gonna give her maybe a Paul Walker send off like in Fast and Furious? Like she's just done and her Corellian Corvette just goes into light speed.
Just flies off
Corellian
another galaxy far away. I don't know.
That's the name of it. That's the friggin' ship she was on.
Emperor.
Mike, what are you thinking about this story?
Corellian Corvette.
I mean, how can you? I mean, she's not with us anymore, so how can you write her for 9?
That's right.
I mean, to Pat's point, I do hope they do her justice in 8.
You're a Force ghost.
I mean, it would totally make sense with Han being gone too. Like you could have kind of a ceremonious departure for her, have her rejoin Han. Something along those lines. So,
okay,
yeah, it's gonna be an interesting dynamic.
DJ, what do you think about this topic?
I don't know. I'm still in mourning that she's even gone. I know she did a lot of writing of her own lines for 8, so I'm hoping that they just keep it the way it was for the most part and find a way to actually do it well. And the way they made her look with the CG in Rogue One,
I thought it looked really good.
They can do a lot. They don't have to kill her. They could just do a CG Leia.
I know they had said that they're not going to go the CG route with
but that's only because of how fresh this was. You got to think, by the time sequels get written, developed, and put into production, it's at least 2 years.
Yeah,
so,
there's going to be rewrites.
By the time the grieving process is over and the family gets over it and the fans are clamoring for it, everybody might just be on the same page by the time it comes to fruition. We're like, okay, well, then we'll see like a Fast and Furious type of spin on it, which I'm actually, not trying to completely segue topics here, but I'm actually really looking forward to see Furious 8, and I hear that
Toretto goes heel.
Toretto goes heel. For you. But I heard, I don't want to give anything away from what I heard, but it does make me curious because from what I hear, Toretto going heel has some things to do with Paul Walker's character, and it kind of wraps up that storyline. So it doesn't, from what I hear, it doesn't completely leave that last movie on that somber note and kind of gives reason to what this new movie's all about.
My guess?
I'm Groot.
There you go. I heard
guess,
Groot pops up in Fast 8.
My guess to that is that they're gonna say, "Oh, we killed Paul Walker." Well, obviously his name's not Paul Walker,
right?
Brian, whatever his name is,
Spillner.
We killed him, and we're gonna kill, your sister and your little nephew too if you don't do this crazy sting for us with all these cars and shit. So
shut the f up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man.
You're gonna have to guide a missile on a fucking iceberg.
Yeah, torpedoes and the Rock's just gonna push with his
kicking
hand and shit.
missiles out of there. It's embarrassing. You couldn't pay me to watch one of those stupid.
It's a fucking
movies.
action movie. What are you better than it?
Yeah, I am better than it.
I'll wait till it's on ABC Family.
Freeform.
It's playing right after.
Wait till it's on Freeform.
It's playing after the new Warriors premiere.
Yeah.
Hey, right before Pretty Little Liars.
Oh man. So it sounds like, getting back to this topic. It's tough for fans of Star Wars like us to really delve into this topic a lot, because we're all such big fans of Carrie's, and we do miss her. In watching the Star Wars the celebration live stream that's going on, the first day they had the panel come out. So you had Mark Hamill, you had Billy D. Williams, you had Anthony Daniels, all the original characters, and they're giving their tributes to Carrie. And I almost started like welling up a little bit. It was an emotional moment.
How you doing, Chewbacca?
Like seeing pictures up on the screen behind them of her, interviews with her. It was just a lot to take in, and we'll all remember her fondly, as Bill is desecrating her memory right now.
Yeah, what a jerk off.
I'm honoring it with a lightsaber.
She didn't wield one.
Yeah, she never wielded one.
Well, she's got the Force in her.
I hope to see Lando before this is over.
They said he's not going to be in it.
Not in this one. I mean, he's got to show up at 9 at some point. You got to have Lando, or you got to explain what the hell is this guy doing over here? He's a Trekkie. He's a jerk off.
That's right. You egg-sucking piece of gutter trash.
Bill, put your toys down and read this next story.
Okay. The Walking Dead star Jeffrey Dean Morgan has joined the cast of the film adaptation of Rampage, joining Dwayne The Rock Johnson. In another movie.
Christ.
So I remember playing Rampage at Cornwall Skating Rink Arcade on a Friday night.
Yeah. Game was awesome.
And they're all like monster ripoffs, like Godzilla, King Kong.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Galaga.
I think there was only 2.
There were 3 of them, I
There's
think.
3.
Oh, was there 3?
Yeah, it was like
there was like King
the
Kong,
crocodile
and there was, like,
thing, the
thing.
ape one, and I can't even remember what the third one was. But I mean, and I think I had it for Sega too.
Sega.
Might have bought it from Funko Land.
Game was great. It's like smash the bunnies, you grab like, the person, and you eat them.
So yeah, I mean,
building.
The Rock can pretty much make any kind of movie that he wants, and he's going to be starring in this one too. I think Malin Ackerman, or Ackerman, however you pronounce her name, she's actually somehow the villain in this movie too.
What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know how.
I feel like we get a Rock movie announcement like every 6 months. Anymore,
yeah,
I mean,
he's doing a lot. I know he's still like championing Black Adam coming out. They said he might be popping up in Man of Steel 2.
He's been pretty quiet on that recently.
Looks like it was
in the last week or two.
Godzilla, King Kong, and some gigantic werewolf.
The wolf.
See, this is why we brought Mike
That's
along.
good work by Mike.
Good work.
I bring next level knowledge.
That's right. All right, moving along.
Did you see on Entertainment Earth now? You can get the T-Rex Jurassic Park bust for your wall now. Yeah, it's pretty fucking massive. So.
I saw a nice Thanos statue on there.
Ooh.
I got an email for.
Was that
earlier.
the $1,200 one?
I didn't look at the price.
Oh
I
my God,
usually try to delete the emails as quickly as possible, so I don't
they
get
had,
too tempted to
they
look
had,
at it.
They had this Thanos one. I don't know if they're one of the suppliers of it, but it's like this $1,200 statue. You pre-order it now. It doesn't come until like next year, which makes sense because of Infinity Wars.
With light coming out of his mouth?
Light coming out of his mouth. DJ needs a beer. DJ needs a beer. Let's just pause for a word from our sponsor while we pass this beer. All right. Today's show is brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Actually, it's not brought to you by Michelob
Well,
Ultra.
we know it's not by Molson Canadian because they
thanks,
denied our
Molson.
request to sponsor us.
Yeah, you could have been sponsoring us right now.
Posers.
Yeah. Most Canadians.
Yeah, let's get back to the show.
Yeah, let's
here.
get back to the show here. I mean, the show is the show, but
Yeah, well, we know. Now, a lot of people, different sites and things, they've been running with the story that Joss Whedon is directing the new Batgirl movie, and there has been nothing concrete saying that he definitely is. Yeah, that everything that is coming out is saying that he is still in talks. So that's the way that we're going to preface this story. Joss Whedon is in talks to write and direct a Batgirl movie for DC/Warner Brothers. The film will reportedly incorporate the New 52 version of Barbara Gordon/Batgirl following her paralysis at the hands of the Joker during the Killing Joke storyline. Mike, what do you think about a Batgirl movie and seeing her post-paralysis?
I could care less.
Okay.
I will further add that good riddance from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes, Mike. Yes.
Look,
Not
we
a
all
fan of Age of Ultron. Huh?
we all loved Avengers, the first Avengers.
Yeah.
It was for its time. Joss did a very good job of.
it's iconic.
He took all those he took all those solo movies, all those characters from the solo movies, all those storylines, and kind of made it work. And he did a fantastic job of further exploring Loki as a more dynamic villain. So we all love what he did with that, but you really need to kind of dive deeper with Age of Ultron as far as making it a more dark, a more serious, more. I mean, as a viewer, I couldn't even take Ultron seriously, so I couldn't. I watched the movie, and I mean, I'm the type of guy. I'm flipping through channels, and there's a Marvel movie on, and I stop what I'm doing and I watch it, and I see Age of Ultron, and I just skip through it. So, Joss, good luck over in DC. Good riddance, buddy.
Yeah,
I don't care
goodbye.
what you do with Batgirl. I probably won't watch it. Maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I won't, but as long as you're not ruining Marvel films, I'm okay with that. So.
All right. Pat, have you read the Killing Joke storyline by any chance?
Yeah, I know about it, how the Joker basically shoots her in the
Or have you
back.
seen the animated movie that came out
I've
earlier
seen
this
parts
year?
of it, but it really wasn't the same as the original.
Yeah,
comic
they take
arc.
they add like 20 minutes into that movie that
They add
that's
and
not
they
in the
like kind
comic.
of changed it up a little bit,
Yeah.
which is dumb. But I mean, if they're gonna make a movie called Batgirl, and she's not gonna be Batgirl, she's gonna be sitting in a wheelchair the whole time.
Well,
She's wheelchair girl.
what the hell is going on?
Why not just name it Oracle?
Like what the hell? You know, like, and all she does.
wheelchair.
I mean, have you played the Arkham video games, right?
No, I actually haven't.
Oh Jesus!
Well, we were talking about.
Oh
this
yeah, that's right. You have.
recently.
Well, me and Mike have. Bill, you have.
Yeah.
Right.
I have.
Well, after
DJ
after
has.
she gets
She's in
paralyzed,
them.
she becomes Oracle.
Yeah.
Right.
And then in the comics, she also she gets some kind of experimental surgery, which heals her and lets her walk again and become
Well, that's
Batgirl
dumb.
too.
If they're gonna do that, then why
so that's
even
probably
bother?
the way that they're gonna
Then
go.
why
with
even
that.
bother doing the arc where she was paralyzed and now she,
Yeah, it winds up meaning nothing.
like, what the hell's the point?
Yeah.
But Joss Whedon, I'm done with Joss Whedon.
Now, is she gonna bang Batman on top of a roof like she did in the animated movie?
She actually ends up banging Robin, right?
Well, in the,
But in
the animated
movie,
Killing
yeah,
Joke,
they
she
like
bangs Batman.
she like cheated on Robin with Bat. What the hell was going on with that? Yeah,
Oh,
Joss Whedon's not going to do that. He's going to make it one big stupid joke. You know what I mean?
Maybe
'Cause,
maybe a killing joke.
he freaking made freaking
get it.
Ultron fucking robotic Bob Hope. Yeah, that's who Ultron was. It was so disappointing. As Mike was saying earlier.
Do you think it
but
would have been
it's-
better if it was a robotic Don Rickles?
Yeah, as long as his name wasn't Ultron.
Look at you, Iron Man, huh? What are you made of? Friggin' tin can over here, huh?
Yeah, as long as his name wasn't Ultron, awesome. But his name was Ultron, and he's like making jokes and stuff.
What if we
and
took
some
the
of that.
Ultron movie and then just dubbed over Ultron's lines with Don Rickles lines?
Oh my God, do it. Do it.
What are you looking at, dummy?
Yeah.
Just get a horse and live in the mountains so you don't bother me.
You look like a bucket of lard on a bad day.
Talking to Black Widow and her skin tights.
Oh, man.
Put Nick Cage's face on him.
Yeah.
So Joss Whedon
Hey,
sucks.
Tubby.
Batgirl sucks. So yeah, all right, there we go.
Yeah, it's a match made in heaven.
There's that.
Bill, read our next one.
Jude Law is set to portray a young version of Dumbledore before he becomes the headmaster of Hogwarts in the Fantastic Beasts sequel. So this franchise seems to be ramping up with a whole slew of fresh characters for this whole new saga of Harry Potter movies.
More like Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Is Dumbledore the old man?
With the beard.
Yeah.
So Fantastic Beasts takes place before Harry Potter.
Right.
So it's all the younger versions of these characters.
But you're gonna get young, sexy Jude Law to play this guy who becomes this
You
old
think-
decrepit. Like why?
wait,
not,
wait. You think
why
Jude
not
Law
get
is
someone like,
hold on. You
why
think,
can't you get like Jeffrey Rush as like the younger version
you
of
think
him or something?
Jude
'Cause he's
Law
not gonna
is
be
young
young.
and sexy?
Well, compared to like the guy that he is, the younger version. So now he like got this studly ass Jude Law.
Wait, so
Playing
since
Dumbledore.
you obviously have a good frame of mind of studly, great, sexy dudes.
That's what I hear from chicks.
So, well, no, I mean,
that's what he's considered in
We're
Hollywood.
not asking chicks. We're
Get
asking
outta
you.
here.
That's totally inappropriate.
We're,
Lewd, lascivious, salacious, outrageous.
we're asking you right now.
Jude
Pat.
Law is considered that type of actor, is he not?
You
The
tell
romantic
me,
comedy
you tell
kind of
me.
pretty boy
Yeah,
guy.
I
and
wouldn't
all
know
that.
Alfie.
anything about
You
that.
know? Yeah. You know what I mean?
All right,
That's
we'll
gross.
take your word for
But
it.
go on.
So.
Yeah. I just think that's dumb casting.
Well, what other sexy young men out there?
I don't watch Harry Potter.
It's not. it's
Neither
not
do
about
I,
Harry Potter.
actually.
Don't deflect here.
Yeah,
Pat.
I've never been a fan of Harry Potter.
Don't watch Harry Potter.
So this is an anti-Potter show. here.
Anti-Potter. Where's Voldemort?
And
I didn't even
Dumbledore's gay too. Did you know that?
What in the movies?
Like they're making him gay now.
Oh.
Yeah.
What
so
does that have
Jude
to
Law's
do with
gonna be
anything?
gay now. I don't know.
PC.
Just
PC
throwing it out there.
police.
Gotta appeal to all the liberals watching.
Yeah.
We're dropping to Moab. All right.
Deplorable, unfathomable, improbable.
All right, Deadpool 2 fans will be maybe happy to hear that Josh Brolin has been cast as Cable. Mike, I want to get your take on this one first.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah?
I
mean, he's no Ron Perlman.
no, look.
Well,
Yeah, I know
fucking hate
Bill. I know your
Ron
thoughts
Perlman.
on that. Yes, I've
I'm
heard your
done
thoughts.
with Ron Perlman.
really?
I've been
You
done
know
with
what?
Ron Perlman for a long time now.
This is an anti-Ron Perlman show.
And if he's ever listening, he can come on down to Westville, New Jersey, and I'll kick his ass.
right.
I second that. So I am not a Ron Perlman fan at all. Look,
I didn't like him in Blade 2. I didn't like him in Police Academy 7. All right?
Josh Brolin to me is a guy who he's an actor that has proven that he can be dynamic. So for him to take on a role like Cable, it makes total sense. I'm pretty excited for it. You know, I want to see it. I want to see it in a trailer before I can really further elaborate. But I'm definitely excited for it.
So, Pat, before he did get cast, we were hearing a lot of rumor that maybe Pierce Brosnan would have been playing that character. So, who do you think is the better fit? Is Josh Brolin a good fit, or would you like to see somebody else?
I think Josh Brolin would be the better fit.
Okay.
Pierce Brosnan would be. It would kind of just seem weird to see him as Cable. But like I'm thinking like if you're thinking from like the Deadpool film perspective, maybe that's why they casted him, because it would look weird. Where as a Josh Brolin casting would look like, oh, okay, he's gonna do the character justice, and he probably has like a great dynamic, with Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool. Like that's what that casting is gonna be all about, like how those two characters interact with each other on the screen, because their chemistry is everything. So I like the casting. So big fan of him when he was in the Goonies.
I was gonna bring that up.
That's why I say dynamic actor.
Yeah, you can do it all.
Bill, your thoughts on Josh Brolin as Cable?
He's got one of those demeanors that it's a little tough to cut through. So I guess for Cable that it's a good pick. Wouldn't have been my first pick, but I guess all we could do is just wait and see, right?
Now, do we think that Thanos is going to use an Infinity Stone and reveal himself actually as Cable? Because Josh Brolin is playing both characters.
No, probably
Just
some legal
fan
loophole. They're
fiction
not
there.
allowed to do that.
In terms of my thinking about this, I am not a Josh Brolin fan. I can't think of anything that I've seen him in that I'm like, oh wow.
You said you really
good.
like Jonah Hex though.
John.
You told me.
Sucks.
I mean, I thought you were a little bombed when you said it, but I believed you.
I never said that.
You were like, dude, Jonah Hex.
Jonah Hex sucks.
Was a great. It was honestly one of the best cinematic adventures of all time. It was a huge success. Not here, but in China. Okay.
Was that Megan Fox's last movie ever?
Probably. No.
She's in the new Turtles again.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
Forgot about that. She was hot.
Which Toxic Mike here loved, by the way.
I like the first one.
You like her you like her toe thumbs? Yeah.
If you're staring at her toe thumbs, there's something seriously wrong with you.
I agree. Bill.
There's so many other better parts of her body you could be
like.
staring at.
You know that's an idea I had for a segment, right? That we were gonna
guess the
celebrity disformity, and I was gonna put it up on there, and you had to guess who the celebrity was. That's coming soon.
I think we should still try that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds like fun.
So AIDS would be Magic Johnson.
Oh.
No, he got cured. Remember?
So
he injected $100,000.
Oh, no! All right, we have one more flipping the script story.
No,
for you
I think we
guys.
got
we have
two more.
Shit, Bill, read this next one.
Dolph Lundgren has been cast in the upcoming Aquaman film as the villainous King Nereus. So,
son of a bitch must pay.
Absolutely. Aquaman, basically the story of Spider-Man told underwater. Boom. What do you think, guys?
I don't
know. Is that an Ari Gold reference?
Yeah.
I'm not really familiar with this character of who King Nereus actually is. I didn't do my research for the story. Dolph Lundgren, I mean, he's in this season of Arrow right now. Dolph Lundgren is Dolph Lundgren no matter what he's in, so he's going to be this big lug who doesn't deliver great dialogue or anything like that.
Remember when he was the Punisher?
Yeah, I do remember that. He was probably the worst Punisher that we've had.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I don't understand how he's going to shoot machine guns underwater.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. Maybe they have special firing pins down there. Pat, what do you think about this?
Cool, sure.
Cool, sure.
I mean, I'm not a big Aquaman lore guy. I don't even know who his enemies are or whoever.
I don't even know what the hell that means.
He's the guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, but I mean,
he's got Black Manta.
Yeah, like his comic enemies. I mean, if Dolph Lundgren can pull it off, cool. Why not? But yeah, it's whatever.
Bill, anything on this one?
Nope.
All right, moving along. Our last one. Paramount has begun development on a sequel to 1988's Coming to America with original writers Barry Blaustein and David Sheffield back to write the new script. Bill, let's start you off with this one. What do you think about a Coming to America sequel?
I think this is long overdue. Almost 30 years later now.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing, right? I mean, I hope Eddie Murphy's ready to get back to work.
Well, we know Charlie Murphy's not going to be in it.
He's not going to be in it.
Oh.
Durka.
You got the original, writers on the script here, so
I don't think James Earl Jones is going to be in it either.
Yeah,
he's pretty old.
I don't know. I mean, just hopefully it.
Well, we know Arsenio Hall ain't doing shit, so he's going to be in it.
Yeah, he'll be in it.
Is Kevin Hart in it?
Sure, throw him in there.
Yeah,
well, I think
we've ranted about how much I hate Kevin Hart.
Well, I think just put him in anything at this point. So,
like if you had Ron Perlman and Kevin Hart in one room together,
be a celebrity. It would be our celebrity death match.
Well, isn't he one of the main characters in this? So I saw.
I don't know. I didn't see that.
Well, what if he is? Does that change your mind on what the movie's going to be like?
For Sean, yeah.
Yeah, it would suck.
Well, Kevin Hart's the son of Eddie Murphy in that movie. So all right, there goes that movie. Coming to America 2 sucks. They shouldn't do it.
Coming straight to VOD.
Wait, but do you think they could get Samuel L. Jackson to rob a McDonald's again or McDowell's? I mean,
yeah, that's good. That would be hilarious.
That would be.
I think he's in that movie. Before the end of the show, I'm going to confirm if he was in talks for that.
Okay. So I mean that pretty much wraps up our flipping of the script.
Yeah, but we had two big trailers come out this week that we wanted to talk about. Let's first jump into Thor Ragnarok.
Can we get the current affairs sound drop?
Sure.
All right, let's segue right into these trailers we got going on here. Which one you want to start with?
Let's go Thor first.
Thor. All right.
I came out first.
DJ, do you think we could play it on the screen since we got capabilities like that? Let's watch it all together, I don't know if Mike's seen it here. Toxic Mike, have you seen the Thor trailer? It's got Toxic Mike just walking in here unannounced, acting like he doesn't have a voice box, just not talking over here.
I don't have a microphone, so I'm not going to yell from the other side.
I don't have a microphone.
You just yell from the other side of the room.
Why don't you just use that prop microphone right there and just talk extra loud, all right? Hello, Michael Francolino reporting to you live from the Toxic Radio Music Station with my old-timey microphone. Here on the WB.
WB Frog.
The WB Frog, remember? Yeah. It's the WB. All right, here we go. We got the Thor Ragnarok trailer rolling up here. All right, no audio.
That's fine.
Oh, wait, hold on.
You can plug it in with the aux card.
To what?
Your mom.
Oh, fuck.
What'd she do?
I'm going out on a limb and saying Hela looks pretty hot. I don't care.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you hear that, Crystal?
I always kind of had a thing for Cate Blanchett, but especially in this movie.
Okay, so
All
she's
right.
destroying
How do you feel about
Mjolnir here.
Destroying Mjolnir.
She's got
some
that
kind of
cool
crazy
headdress on.
Hellcat.
Hellcat. I feel like this is Mystery Science Theater right here.
Now she looks like
Asgard is being destroyed.
Rita Repulsa.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy's happening.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
We got Valkyrie here.
Mm-hmm. More Guardians of the Galaxy.
I don't know. I look more Star Wars.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the Galaxy colors. Guardians of the
That's
Galaxy.
Grandmaster now.
Must go faster.
Must
go faster.
Guardians of the Galaxy print.
Jeff Goldblum. There's Heimdall.
Guardians of the
There's
Galaxy.
Scourge.
Yeah.
Loki.
Mike, what do you think of his look there?
He looks like he's in a boy band. Not a fan.
But he's got the helmet on now.
Cool helmet. Too much digital background. Look how fake it looks. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, look, it's Hulk.
Hulk looks a little different. I mean, like facially, doesn't he this time around?
We'll get.
Oh, look, there's the horrible joke we got
I
to
read a
throw in
theory
there.
about
Like
that,
Guardians of the
Not a fan
Galaxy.
of the end of this trailer.
No, the end of this trailer ruins it for me. I'm sorry.
So I did see a theory the other day that Hulk doesn't look very close to
Mark
Ruffalo because maybe he's been not Bruce Banner for so long that the Hulk is actually starting to take over the full personality of the duality of the two. Just something to think about, which could or could not be the case. But
I like that actually.
You like that? Yeah.
I do. I think that I think more Hulk and less of a personal conflict within Bruce Banner and Hulk would be intriguing for a movie.
I do too.
I've seen way too much of.
Yeah,
I don't want the big guy to come out anymore.
Yeah, we want the big guy to
So,
come out. We want the big guy to stay out too. Like I don't give a shit about Bruce Banner. I want to see the Hulk. I want to see him tearing shit up. I want to see the Hulk talking and be intelligent as well, like he is in the comics too. Mike, what do you think about the? Ooh, my phone's going off here. Ooh, hold on. This is this is Rob from Screen Rant calling in from. Well, he's not calling in. He's texting in. He's at Star Wars Celebration right now.
Jealous.
Pat, you'll like this one. He is
Battlefront 2.
Battlefront 2. The panel for that, and is next for an interview on that. So we'll be sharing all the Rob stuff on our social media.
That's my jam.
But
right there.
getting back to this, Mike, what do you think about the Hulk being a part of Thor Ragnarok, and how we think the story's going to play out?
I mean, I got to see more. I got to know more, but. Look, I'm trying to think because I started to do a little bit of research on this. So Thor got casted out of Asgard by Hela, played by Cate Blanchett, to a planet called Sakaar. If I'm not okay. So I'm curious if that's a Planet Hulk reference or whatever the case may be. Look, I got to see more from Hulk. I know Doctor Strange is in this movie, but they haven't teased him yet. I know Thor and Hulk, they kind of build up their relationship throughout the years. These
they're kind of building this as like a intergalactic buddy cop kind of movie.
Yeah, which I'm not okay with. I want to see a little, and me and Pat have discussed this a lot, a little less witty banner and a little more, let's kick some ass. Let's dive into whatever the conflict at hand is, and that appears to be Hela, right? And who knows what Loki's role in this movie is too. But just touching on the trailer, and then I'll leave it to everybody else. I don't want to take up too much of it. I like looking at Hela and her abilities and things like that. One thing I noticed is that they kind of pinpointed right off the bat that one of her abilities is to turn her limb into a weapon. And if you saw the trailer, if you just watched the trailer, she was able to just kind of like pop a sword out of her hand out of nowhere. So I thought that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool that right off the bat they're demonstrating abilities that this very powerful villain, the Asgardian god of death, as they call her, has. So I thought that was pretty cool.
All right. Pat, you had remarked on our way down and, text conversations and things like that, that you're not a fan, as Mike was just saying, of, all the humor that's in it.
Oh, God. Fucking Pat.
And also that you're not a fan of, how similar in tone and, style.
Not a fucking fan.
That,
oh, my God.
Yeah, this movie looks to.
It's a comic book movie made by Marvel. Jesus Christ.
That it looks to Guardians. My rebuttal to that fact is that, obviously
that they're in space.
Well, that and that everything is going to be tying together very soon next year with Infinity War. So if you're going to have Guardians occupying the same space as Thor, you're not going to have those two movies looking, and the first two Thor movies aside,
fucking neighbors.
But you're not going to have this current one, completely different looking in, visually, aesthetically, and tonally. Very, very different from the way that Guardians is going to look, because they are occupying that same space.
And we might even see Guardians drop on Earth. So,
well,
yeah,
maybe.
What do you think about that crossover?
I think
Pat?
that's all well and good.
Is that going to be?
I just don't understand. Why does everybody in friggin' space have to have a sense of humor? It's like stupid. You know what I mean? They're like,
well, maybe because
when you have an Infinity
there.
Stone right there, and this guy's about to kill everybody on that planet. And here's a guy dancing like a jerk off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, that's so stupid. It takes away from the villain. It takes away from the task at hand. And a lot of the complaints that you read in the Marvel movies are, well, their villains are really weak. You know why they're weak? Because of that situation right there. Oh, let's have a dance off, bro.
We're having
give me
a battle
a
right.
break.
This is
shit.
Bill v. Pat right here.
Oh my God,
They're fucking comic book movies, man.
They're not Archie comics.
No, they're not.
Are they Archie comics?
But they have their moments of brevity where they
that's completely fine. That is completely fine to have
by the end of this
movies.
argument, I'm going to have DJ judge this one. Pat, you are going to sell me on why Marvel movies and the humor is detrimental to the franchise. Bill, you're going to do the opposite and say why it is beneficial for it, and DJ is going to judge for us. So, Pat, continue.
Here we go.
I'll give you your time, Bill. Yeah. Just let him go. I'll give you 1 minute.
No problem with humor in movies at all. Movies are allowed to have humor in it. But when it's oversaturated and takes away from the plot and the task at hand, then that's when it gets stupid. Avengers Age of Ultron was a prime example of that. As we said earlier, Ultron was not a menacing robot. He was a joke. Hawkeye and, Black Widow are driving through a town that's falling apart, and he's talking about his dining room and shit. Like, I don't care about your dining room. You're in the middle of a friggin' war. Civil War was the best toned movie in the entire, film, saga here.
30 seconds.
Yeah, there were jokes in that, but it didn't take away from the task at hand. The task at hand was, there's this registration act. We have to register, and you got to fight for what's good and wrong. Yeah, there were funny moments, but you know what? It wasn't like, I know that guy from work. You're friggin' Thor, dude. You don't know what work is. Like it's just like stupid and unnecessary.
Thor would never say that in a comic book.
That's my exact point. Humor can be there as long as it's not overblown and takes away from the seriousness of the plot at hand. Asgard is going to be destroyed, and here's Thor joking around.
All
So
right.
I don't know. That just does it for me with that part of it.
Bill,
So since you brought up Age of Ultron, so Age of Ultron, yeah, that movie fucking sucked. Okay, but
Why?
the humor is one thing. The first off, the humor wasn't right. Okay, all these movies had not case closed. The movie didn't have the right kind of humor. It had humor all throughout it that was not just cohesive. And not only that, it was just they overextended themselves with the roles of the characters in that movie and the plot itself. The plot itself was honestly way too far-fetched to even, it was totally distracting. So the movie just was not well pieced together. That movie, just aside from that. Civil War, I agree with you. Tonally, yes, one of the best movies in the entire franchise. It didn't include the type of humor that you're talking about, but it touched upon a lot of serious issues. And you know what? At the same time, you have to look. All these movies are done by different directors, so they're all going to have a different flavor to them. And the one thing is that these movies aren't made for us. Once again, these movies are made for the kids that are out there that are going to grow up and buy the comics for the next 10, 20 years, that are going to buy action figures. We've already bought all that stuff. We're already going to go. We're already paid for
with
it.
that point there.
You disagree with that?
Yeah. Do you see 12-year-olds at these panels when the interviews are going on? No, it's people in their
because there's people that
30s.
we are the ones that
15 seconds
that have the jobs that we have Robert Keyes that is at a panel. He gets to go to this kind of shit.
Right.
Because he has a job that writes about these movies, because ultimately the actors have a job. But ultimately, what are they supporting?
So they're all just writers out there? There's no fans. Is what you're saying.
We're fans. We're going to go see it anyway.
All right, we're going to end this discussion here. DJ, based on the two sides of this,
I'll fucking
do
kill
you
you,
think
DJ.
the humor in the Marvel movies is more beneficial or detrimental to the franchise?
I'll kill you.
I don't think it's beneficial or detrimental. It's just there. It's going to be there. Like Bill said earlier, there is the fucking comic book aspect. It's a fucking comic book. These characters have this banter in the fucking comic books. So go and say get rid of all the humor, and then probably go to DC and be like, oh, you're being too dark. You can't have it both ways. So shut the fuck up.
All right, well, Judge DJ has ruled, and this is exactly where the fans of these movies are split right down the middle with these. I mean, some people love it, some people don't, and like it or not, we're gonna keep getting the humor in these movies, whether they're being really forced upon it or it's going to feel more natural. But you can't deny that some of the, maybe not all of it, but some of the humorous moments are what makes these movies a lot of fun to
Humor's good. That's
enjoy.
my point. Humor's good, but over humor is bad.
And I will
That's
agree
my
with you
problem.
on that point.
Like Suicide Squad is a perfect example of
if
that.
it's done right.
Forced humor.
There's
If
so
it's
much
done-
wrong with Suicide Squad.
If it's done
force the
right,
humor into it.
then it's
That's
going to
fine.
be good. But if it is Suicide Squad, or if it is Thor: The
Right.
Dark World, it doesn't work, and it's shoved down your throat, and you're not going to enjoy it. So
To Pat's point, real quick, and I don't know, I stepped out for a minute. I don't know if he said this, but not every Marvel character can be Spider-Man and Iron Man.
Yeah, they're not.
Not everybody
and I
has that
agree.
way.
Not everybody has
They
to
weren't
be
drawn
funny.
up that way.
Yeah, not everybody has to be funny all the time. Not everybody has to be cracking jokes. The timing of the humor and the jokes is also a key part of what's gonna make it effective or not. So it looks like we're a little bit split on the trailer as a whole. I'll say that overall I did enjoy it. I think I liked it a little bit more than maybe Pat or Mike did.
I like it. I just hope the tone isn't a goofy tone.
Yeah,
and plus,
and that's
considering
fine.
the director was Flight of the Conchords, sure. It can't be Bill Tozzi the movie. Every one of these friggin', you know what I mean?
But
Jesus Christ.
But my final point on this topic is that it has to make sense for that intergalactic space to be
right.
Cohesive. So what's working and what's going on in one thing is going to have to be the same moving forward along with the other franchises that are connecting to it. So you're probably going to see, as dark as we want Infinity War to be, we're going to have aspects of that. We're going to have the light, we're going to have the dark, we're going to have the funny, we're going to have the dramatic.
Right.
So it's going to be all those elements interwoven together, and we'll just have to wait and see how trailer number 2 for Thor goes. So
yeah,
let's move along. We have one more trailer to talk about. This came out yesterday at the Star Wars Celebration panel. This is the first teaser trailer for The Last Jedi.
Bill doesn't like it because it's not funny.
DJ is getting it queued up here on the video monitor.
Oh, Bill, it's Star Wars. It's for kids. It's this. It's that. Asshole.
Look at her; she's out of breath.
So my take on this first opening scene is that Luke throws her off the side of the cliff here. That's what I'm thinking happens.
Like force throws?
Force throws? I don't know. Maybe just jacks her up and tosses her.
I think it's a force throw, if anything.
All right, that would make more sense. Way to ruin it. So we're getting a vision of the island here. Ooh.
Who's that?
That's Leia. Now, while we're having these couple scenes, are you noticing the background?
Yes.
Yes, we have Leia. We have Vader, but that's Kylo's mask. That's not Vader's mask.
A lot of people thought it was Vader's at first, but it definitely.
Well, I heard Kylo's getting a new mask.
I don't think he's going to be wearing a mask at all.
Ooh.
Bless you. Like how Poe's got a black X-Wing. That's pretty neat.
Badass.
The burning of the Jedi Temple.
Oh, that's too dark for me. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, Jesus.
So, Bill,
oh, this is so bad. Oh,
Bill,
God.
it is time for the Jedi to end.
And I mean, look at the font is in red.
It is
Every
in
other
red.
time
Man, I don't want to see this because
Bill,
it's so dark.
what does this mean? What does it mean that the Jedi need to end?
I don't know. I mean,
I
Khan!
Star Trek.
Who knows? I mean, you could take this a lot of different ways. The Jedi need to end. I mean, is the Force so out of balance right now that, you know, that it needs to end to, make some kind of change happen? I don't know. I mean, is the Jedi now so corrupt or something? In the sense that he trained Ben to be a Jedi, but he turned. We don't really know what that means. You could take that in a different context, several different ways. So, I mean, how do you guys think that?
Mike, I want to
that's
going
to end
next on this one.
Who are these
I think
people?
this trailer doesn't really tell you much at all, except that.
And I'm glad that it doesn't, too.
Yeah, it's really just, it makes you use your imagination, right? So that's why we're all here talking about it. But, there's a couple of things that jumped out to you, and then we just talked about it, is that, Rey is clearly a Jedi. You can see her lifting the stones. You can see that.
Saber training.
Yeah, all that stuff. You saw the mask getting crushed, which, that to me is maybe the most intriguing thing about the trailer. Is that is that a sign that Kylo Ren is turning face?
That's a theory that's going around a lot, that they're gonna switch roles. That
is
Kylo's gonna go light
looming?
side, and that Rey is gonna go dark side.
Yeah. So is there a switch going on, or is there a darker force looming that we haven't been introduced to yet?
Maybe Snoke.
So I mean that jumped out to me, the mask being crushed. Other than that, I mean, like I said, I mean it really doesn't tell you much. So we'll have to just wait and see for the next trailer.
Now, Pat, you and I were having a discussion the other day, specifically on Luke and the Jedi themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been a lot of coming out in the last day or so. Mark Hamill's comments saying that maybe he is going dark side, or maybe he, this, that, or the other. But you had brought up, a intriguing fact from the expanded universe, series of novels.
The Gray Jedi.
Yeah, the Gray Jedi. So speak a little bit about that. and where you think that Luke and the Jedi might be going.
The
moving
gray,
forward.
the Gray Jedi is basically something that was around in, for the hardcore fans. There's the older Star Wars lore, like the old video games, like the Knights of the Old Republic, and also in the expanded universe, they were hinted as. The Gray Jedi is someone who's not necessarily light, not necessarily dark.
Kind of neutral.
Exactly. All they know is the Force, and it's always, they're never just outright violent. They're never outright peaceful. They're just all about the Force. And that was hinted about in Rogue One with that guy played by Donnie Yen. He's like, I'm one with the Force is with me. Like, he's not a Jedi. All he knows is the Force. You know what I mean? So, not to say he was a Gray Jedi or anything like that, but hey, look at that. Perfect. Gray Jedi code right up there.
Thank you, DJ.
So, that explains it perfectly, and a lot of the hardcore fans are speculating that, Luke is going to the Gray Code. And that thing they showed even there in the little logo, like they had, you showed like a glove hand touching that. Apparently that is like a symbol for the Gray Jedi. What is speculation? Is that going to remain the same?
One
of
the
movie? Maybe
quotes
not.
here in this picture is has a lot to do with what they're talking about in the trailer itself. We heard a lot about balance. This quote says, "I am the wielder of the flame, the protector of balance."
Correct.
So this could actually fit very well into what Luke is talking about in this trailer, saying that the balance is so far thrown off that, maybe he is not on just, the light side of the Force, or
Correct.
And he might be trying to get it back centered.
Right. And if you look at even just the movies alone, is that because of the Jedi, there's been a lot of it's the reason you have Star Wars. And what I mean by that is that Emperor Palpatine for himself was apparently a Jedi, it's
always been the two extremes.
Trained by a Jedi. It's like the dark side is taking from the Jedi to turn people into the dark side. And then once that dark side comes to fruition, it's like, okay, well, now we're going to put two factions against each other. Like, the Empire was created by the dark side. You know what I mean? So it's basically like that the Jedi exist. That is the reason that it happens. If there was just balance and there wasn't a light or dark, then you wouldn't have that. So that's another theory that goes on.
And that's a really cool way to keep expanding the series and the storyline. We've had 40 years of, the light side versus the dark side, but,
exactly.
What else is there? What new elements can we throw in here that's going to make the more, the story more interesting and further it? DJ, what are your thoughts about this new trailer and where you think that Episode 8 is going to be going?
I agree with Pat with the whole Gray Jedi. When I heard Luke say the Jedi must die, that's immediately the first thing that went into my mind. Another thing that I think that's going to go with that, in the original novels, Luke does go dark. In one of the novels, he does turn to the dark side, but he also has a wife and kids with Mara Jade and his kids. I do think that Rey is his daughter, and I do think Mara Jade did not get deleted from the canon when Disney did the whole thing, because I have a Sith Pyramid Book of the Sith Vault Edition. And Mara is mentioned multiple times in there, and Disney's trademark is all over it.
Oh, awesome.
So we know that they are incorporating a lot of the the EU old canon from this,
but it was all prequel canon, not the post canon.
Okay,
but it looks like Mara's actually made it into this. Ben did, because Ben was into post canon as well, except he was a twin, but still.
Right.
Yeah, he's exactly right. I mean, like when Disney took over, they basically said, okay, we're doing away with it was called the expanded universe at the time. They're just saying it's not canon, but what they're doing with
they're taking elements,
exactly. They're taking elements and then
in.
making it kind of their own. So
sure,
I think it'd be awesome.
But with Luke, if my theory is correct, or in any way, and Mara is in there, the fact that Mara was Sith when Luke meets her, it was, or at least dark side, and kind of turns her. That whole dynamic with him and her might be why he's choosing to go gray.
Okay. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Like Mike was saying, we didn't get a lot in terms of, actual storyline or plot. But it's going to be very interesting to see where they go with this. We're going to go around the table. I want to know if you think Rey is going to stay on the light side or go dark side. Bill, let's start with you.
I'm going light side.
Light side. Pat, what do you think?
Yeah, I think she'll stay.
She'll stay. Mike?
I think she stays light. I think, to what I was saying earlier, is if Kylo Ren, if he goes light, I think there ultimately is a darker force that looms.
Okay, DJ, what do you think?
I think she stays light. If the gray thing comes to fruition, she'll go gray, but she's not going to turn dark. No.
I think it would be really fun to see her go dark side. So
it
I'm
would
gonna
be,
say she goes
but
dark side.
one thing you do see when the only shot of Kylo that you actually see in there, his eyes are glowing red. That he fully went dark, and maybe he crushed his mask because that was his one thing that was tying him to his grandfather.
Right.
Maybe Snoke finally got
Good
him
point.
to get rid of that, smash his mask, and that's what finally turns him dark. So.
Okay. So yeah, on our wherever you're listening to this to, on iTunes or Twitter, on Facebook, YouTube, let us know your comments about what you thought about this trailer and where you think the story is going after this. But while we have another couple minutes, we do want to talk Nostalgia Fest.
We might need more than a couple minutes.
Well, but I'm gonna preface this as this was
fun.
It was fun, but this event was something that we were invited to.
Oh, by the way, we have a caller that can call in for this segment too.
We do.
Yeah, I'm reaching out to him now. He was our contact for NozFest who got us in there. So
okay. So while we're waiting on that, this was a professional thing that we were invited to. Bill, you and I had the promoter of the event on the show the beginning of January, our first show after the new year.
Right.
So we don't want to come at this conversation as I don't know how to cushion this. We don't want to just full out rip anything.
I do.
we want to we're a small show, but we want to maintain a sense of professionalism at the same time.
Right.
So
let's select our adjectives and verbs carefully.
Yeah, but at the same time, we don't want to put on a false bravado. We want to let you guys know, what we experienced and everything that was going on. So we're going to talk about, some of the ups, some of the downs, and some of the in-betweens of what was Nostalgia Fest 2017.
Right.
So, Bill, you and I were there. Mike Toxic Mike, you were there.
Mike.
DJ, you were there.
I was there, and we can't get him to call in right now. He's preoccupied in a meeting. So
okay,
he's masturbating right now.
Yeah, pretty much in an Applebee's.
It's a 3 o'clock jerk session. But yeah, we were there Saturday. We it was a very cold, windy day.
It was very windy.
Yeah. Our tent flew away like 5-6 times.
I spent half the morning just standing there holding the tent down.
Yeah.
Just put a box to hold it down.
So I mean, we had what going on? There was vendors there.
Most vendors who had nothing to do with nostalgia,
right?
80s or 90s.
I walked around there, and there
candle
was
vendor?
candle vendor.
They initially put us next to the candle vendor's booth. It's like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Why put us there?
I mean, what? Yeah, exactly. And the thing that I found out was the candle vendor actually gave each celebrity their own candle with their picture on it. Which I had the privilege of getting. Chris Owen, he gave me his candle.
Yes, I seen that.
Yes, and he autographed it, "Scent of Shermanation." So I got that sitting on the coffee table at home. But Saturday, let's just run through that, real quick. I mean, it was a cold, windy day. We were taking turns in the toxic tent, making our rounds. There was obviously a lot going on for a Saturday there. Yeah. Outside food vendors, beer vendors. Mike, it was your birthday that day. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
You got loaded up on the Alpine Spice, which was some delectable. It was good, but you know what? It wasn't a springtime drink. It was more of a wintry mix of a beverage, but it was good nonetheless. Here we got a picture right here up on the screen. This is from Andrew Anderson's Twitter page, the brother of Arn Anderson of the Four Horsemen. And it says, Bud Bundy and Screech, #David Faustino, #Dustin Diamond, hanging out before we all got ripped off. #don't ask. And you got Bud Bundy, Screech, you got Andrew Anderson, and you got Greg the Hammer Valentine sitting there clearly in midst of a revolt that was about to happen. What time was that? That was 3:31 p.m. So this was about the time I was actually leaving on that Sunday to drive Chris Owen to the airport. Just real quick, Saturday was a cool day. We got a lot of station IDs. We got a lot of interviews.
Interviews with
I
interviewed Tia Carrere.
That was great.
Early in the morning.
Yeah.
We had also gotten to talk to Chris Owen, the Shermanator from American Pie.
It was a good time.
Yeah, but that was like a 10-minute interview we got with him. He's now following us on Instagram as well.
He is.
But yeah, continue, Bill.
So I mean, Saturday, it was a fun day. We were, over at the beer stands, getting pretty lit up.
That was all. Everyone kept walking by our table in the morning on Saturday, asking, "What's up with the beer? We were told they're beer. That's all. That's why we're here. Is for
and it was
the beer."
a lot of older ladies.
Yes, it was. They were asking us for beer and wine. We're like, we don't know. Like, what's going on with that?
Right.
Once it got tapped, literally the entire convention hall emptied. And everyone was in the beer garden.
Yeah, because
the entire day.
Because people wanted to get fucked up, and it was, and it just the vibe there. You know what I mean? Like even for the Saturday that it was, where obviously the main attendance, it just didn't have that. It didn't have that con vibe.
No, it didn't.
It really felt like you were there for a murder mystery dinner that was about to happen.
A lot of the food trucks were pissed off because they couldn't get their food trucks up into the parking lot where they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
They had to go down by the street, and nobody went down there because no one knew they were down there.
Like right into the entrance.
Yeah, that was the only one.
I didn't even know that was a food truck.
Yeah.
Was it like a hot dog stand or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, the food trucks that were up there, they were good. Like
taco
truck.
Taco truck up. It was delicious.
The taco truck,
but
the pizza balls.
It did send me to the toilet later on.
I can imagine. Tacos were good. And then when, like we just said, the vendors inside, like half of them didn't have anything to do with the event.
I counted 3 vendors that were close to having something nostalgia, and basically they were just video game vendors selling old systems from the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And then you had that one vendor that had those fucking brass plaques of the different controllers from different eras.
That was
and whatnot.
stupid.
It was. I mean, they look cool, but
they look cool. But you could have made that same shit with some fucking spray paint and a fucking old PlayStation controller.
Yeah, and they were charging like 50, 60 bucks for those
things. Get out of here, dude. Like, it doesn't even cost that much to get that material.
And there was a t-shirt vendor that had Rick and Morty t-shirts, so I bought one of them while I was there.
At least some good came out of it.
Yeah.
The one thing that happened Saturday was Screech, Dustin Diamond, chipped his tooth on a bagel. So, basically Saturday, he didn't even show up dressed up as Screech.
No.
He just wore like a hoodie and sweatpants.
Yeah.
And
I saw him walking around with his hood on a lot.
Yeah, that was because he had chipped his tooth on this bagel and he lost his tooth right here. And he was walking around fucking piss poor for most of the day, moping around.
Right.
Come to find out that there was one of the vendors there made vampire teeth.
Yeah.
Custom fit vampire teeth for people. So apparently these vampire teeth makers made him a cap for his fucked up tooth that he chipped. And then he returned back into action later that day.
Yeah, we were hanging out with him at the end of the day.
Yeah.
For a little bit.
So I mean, Saturday, Saturday was pretty cool. We talked to a lot of people. It was a lot of fun. I mean, we capped off the night at Parks.
You capped off the night at Parks. Me and Mike ended up in Delaware at AmazeCon.
I sent Mike a picture that he don't even remember. He's like, oh, that Michael Barkan, okay.
Yeah, we got to meet Michael Barkan at Parks. That was cool.
Yeah,
I was about to say, Mike loves Michael Barkan.
I heard he has a wooden hand.
I get it.
That was such a failed joke.
But we ate all his chicken wings and pizza.
Did.
Yeah.
And Mike ate all the chicken wings that we didn't eat.
Yeah. You left all the meat on the bone. Fucking scrub.
Hey, Mike was just enjoying his birthday, man.
He was. He definitely was. I had to drag him away from the roulette table.
Yeah, so that was pretty much Sunday. Sunday was a good time. And then none of you guys decided to go Sunday.
No, I wasn't driving all the way back up there for that.
Yeah.
Our contact.
Wait, so did you already know that Sunday was not going to be as as good as Saturday?
We had a feel like you could always tell at cons,
Right.
and the fact that there was maybe 150 people tops on Saturday.
On a Saturday.
On a Saturday.
I thought there was supposed to be 20,000.
There were supposed. The guy fucking booked this the same day as the Great Philadelphia Comic Con, which our own Hit the Pit was at. Covering
which
RS
we
there.
need to be at next
Yeah,
year.
we should have been there.
Yeah.
The November one, I will probably end up being there.
They had the Power
and then
Rangers.
AmazeCon in Delaware. So everybody who was, the con family of this area, they were all at those two cons. They weren't at.
You mean they weren't at Nostalgia
No.
Fest 2017?
No, they weren't.
At Fisher's Teeter
Even the
House?
beer couldn't bring them there. But yeah, it was just bad. So we didn't go up. Our contact Old School, he had his art table there. He packed up his art table and just said, "I'm done. I'm not even coming Sunday." When you dropped the recorder off and told me everything that happened Sunday, I reached out to him. He was like, "Dude, I didn't even go. I had no idea any of this was going on. I got to figure what the fuck's going on. I got to do damage control now."
So I'll bring you up to speed on Sunday. So I mean, you guys didn't show. I decided to go up with the recorder and stuff and try and see if I can get some extra sound. So I'd gotten up there around 11:45 that Sunday, and there was no cars in the parking lot. I drove right up to the top there, parked right by the door. There was maybe a dozen cars in the parking lot up top there. The taco truck was just starting to set up. There was the noodle stand was just starting to set up. The person that was set up next to our toxic tent the day before, he was setting up. He tore down within an hour.
Did he even sell anything that entire time?
I
didn't see anybody go up there.
I don't even know what he sold.
It was just a bunch of tie-dye T-shirts and
yeah, he sucks. So I go inside. I get checked in. They stamp me and stuff, and I take a walk over to the one vendor room, and I walked in. I didn't even walk around, and it was just a dozen vendors in there, and it just looked pathetic.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck this. So I walk over to the other vendor room. There's another 10, 12 vendors in there. I'm like, just as bad, for a place that was supposed to have, a couple hundred vendors, in this place,
yeah, nobody wanted to come back.
No, nobody wanted to come back. Like you said, you kind of got a vibe that you already knew what this place was.
When we were talking with Old School Rochelle and Dustin before we left on Sunday, neither one of them wanted to come back.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, you got to think at that point, imagine the celebrities, they're probably just hoping and praying,
they're sitting there. At least we get our guarantee.
You think? So I had walked over to the celebrity room after noticing the vendors were pretty much gone, and there was only three celebrities in there at the time. So I figured I might as well go get a beer and then come back. So I went over to our buddies over at Naked Brewing, and Brian gave me some beers to start with, and so I had gone back over to the celebrity room, the autograph room, and everyone was in there at that point. I caught up with Ogre, Donald Gibb. He gave us another station ID. He's a stand-up guy, real genuine. Having real conversation with. And that's the thing. I mean, you can attest to this that, one of the good things about this con was that because of the lack thereof all around, it made it more intimate for folks like us, for fans. Not only are we fans, but being semi-professionals at what we do, we got to have quality conversations and real conversations. And if we were at, a bigger Comic-Con, something like that, we would have been brushed off in a matter of minutes.
We wouldn't have been able to talk to Chris Owen for as long as we did.
And how we did.
And how we did. We wouldn't have been able to talk to him about butt chugging. Which you can hear the full interview of that up on our YouTube channel that's up there right now.
Yeah.
But just the people that we did get to interact with, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, I'm a fan of your movies and that's great, thanks. See you later.
Yeah.
I had a 5-minute conversation with Jake Busey. We had a half-hour conversation with Chris Owen, all in all. We had a 15-minute conversation with Donald Gibb. So the people that were there that we did get to talk with, they were just so
genuine.
Yeah, so genuine and happy to actually have somebody to talk to, because there weren't actually any people that showed up to talk to them.
And that's the terrible part, because with Sunday, man, there was just nobody coming through there. And, after just a short while of being set up, you could sense the angst that was starting to take over in this room, the emotion that was starting to take over. And here you see in that picture where you have Bud Bundy, Screech, and 2 wrestlers coming together. Here's some captions, but that's how it was. You had these celebrities that were there from different avenues of entertainment that were actually starting to come together and really ask one another, like, hey man, like what's the deal? Like, what's your deal? Like, are we getting paid? Like, I haven't heard anything. And so you saw, like, I saw Screech leave his end of the, he's at the one end of the room, and I saw him walk all the way down and end up talking to Vanessa Angel, and heard the conversation, being started, like, hey, what was your setup here and stuff, like, so people are starting to now, engage one another and be like, yo, like, what the fuck's going on here? And then, shit's going down when I see Ogre pass me and I just hear him say, I'm going to fucking find this guy and rip his head off. Like, shit, Ogre's about to fucking start some real shit, man, And
I mean, he's older than he was in Revenge of the Nerds, but he's a very large,
he's
intimidating man.
Big dude.
I wouldn't get in his way.
And then when you see fucking Greg the Hammer Valentine start trucking down the hallway.
I would get in David Faustino's way because he's not very large.
No, but you know what? He's a feisty dude. And you know what? He was the one who actually called Ben Salem Police Department on the
he's the one that called the cops.
He's the one who called the cops. Bud Bundy wasn't taking any shit.
Hey, I'm Bud Bundy, and I'm
is that the same guy? Is that the same guy that was interviewing for or auditioning for the same roles that Johnny Drama was auditioning for?
That always beat him out somehow. Bud Bundy called the cops, and this was the funny part, because I had gone outside again to refill my beer. And I see
Bill had a couple beers over the weekend.
Several.
I love how you weren't supposed to take the beer out of the beer garden, because it was only 2-ounce cups, and it ended up just
I love how
people
Bill
filling
was having
giant
16-ounce cups.
Yeah, and then you can walk around the con anywhere with it. They just stopped giving a fuck.
I think they stopped actually getting people to pay when they came in too.
Yeah.
Dude,
people were just walking in.
Yeah, it didn't matter.
You want to read that one, Pat?
Which one? I can't pick which one. They all seem pretty great.
Start from the top.
Okay, Jason Polito. I can appreciate the amount of work it takes to put it. Is anyone Jason Polito here?
No.
Okay, good. I don't want to make fun of you. I'm not making fun of anybody.
No, just make fun of. Go ahead.
But after asking a few times of estimate of people we thought to be attending, I was told 10,000 to 20,000. And after only about 400 yes, 400 I would say you were very misleading. I will not be back, and I highly doubt this con will be back as well. So very disappointed.
5 likes.
5 people liked it.
So he's basically telling us that I can't see David Faustino at Fisher's Tutor's house next year.
You will be disappointed this year and the next.
The last one's the best. All has-beens at this show. What do you expect? Derek Idle. If Derek is a listener, that's funny. All has-beens at this show. What do you...
Now, I had written up a short article on our website, about our experience and some of the interviews and things that we got. And the way that I had written it was more of a positive spin on it, because I didn't come at it from the angle of, stiffing any of the guests or not people not showing up or anything like that. I just wanted to focus on our experience there. Which is fair, the way that I had approached it. And I did get a lot of similar comments to the ones that we're seeing up on the monitor of, this is a misleading article because of XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And, I had written back saying, I understand where you're coming from and your frustrations, and, this is how I approached writing the article. So, seeing Facebook messages or Facebook comments or Twitter tweets, whatever the media is, there were a lot of pissed off people by this event overall.
It was a lot, and that's the thing. Like we can appreciate what what we got out of it. You know, like I said, as fans and as professionals in this industry, as what we were, you know, out to accomplish. But at the same time, you can't ignore, you know, what the celebrities were here for. They were here to, you know, be here for their fans, but obviously to make some scratch, you know, because, you know, that's what they do at this point. You know, they show up to these cons and they expect to, you know, run through, you know, 10,000 fans and try and make some money. And, you know, when it's desperation taking over in the room and you sense that and you see that and you're like, shit, man, like when you know that, you know, okay, this is how this guy's gonna, you know, put food on the table for the next, you know, month or so.
Yep.
Well, talking about food, just reading that bottom of the comment, also adding that half the food trucks couldn't even fit up to the food truck alley. So I don't mean to laugh. I mean, if I was a vendor, I'd be extremely disappointed. But
absolutely,
I mean,
and that's the thing. You know, being a vendor, being an, you know, anybody.
Those tables are like $200, $300 for a table there.
Yeah,
I mean, none of them made that. I can guarantee you, nobody
absolutely.
made that.
Everybody lost.
Nobody broke
money.
even.
Yeah,
yeah,
That's why we didn't sell anything.
That's why we didn't pay for a table.
Yeah, good move. Just be one of those guys walking around that's like selling T-shirts that you see, like, you know, down at like, you know, like games or whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just be
The
one of
bootleg
those guys
T-shirts.
at the con. Don't pay for anything. You just walk around selling whatever.
Yeah, like at one point, I finally did get asked by somebody at the door, you know, to see, am I stamped, whatever, and I had already been there for 6 hours.
I had one person ask me, I'm just like, I'm with Toxic. They're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm a vendor outside. They're like, okay, so I mean, you probably just could have said that if you were anybody.
yeah.
So yeah, you know, for what we did, what we experienced, you know, we had a good time. We understand, you know, if you are somebody that was there and you're listening at home, we understand your frustrations. Yeah, and they're very well warranted. But just for us, and like we were saying, you know, the interviews, the sound clips, you know, the personal interactions that we did get, especially being that there was nobody really else there to, you know, get in our way, was, you know, it was memorable for us.
Yeah.
And something that we'll always, you know, hold dear and cherish, and, you know, be able to tell other people about and share with you on the internet.
Yeah.
So, you know, the good outweighs the bad, I guess, for us. So yeah, we had a great time, and yeah, it's just the way that it happened. So maybe next time we'll go to Great Philadelphia Comic Con instead, or Monster Mania or something else, and get to see some other cool people, and hopefully have some cool interactions too.
Absolutely.
But we are going to end our show here. We just wanted to thank you guys for checking us out today. We hope you enjoyed all of the entertaining news topics that we had to talk about. I am Sean Harrigan for Rowdy Tazzy, Pat Mahoney, and Mike Chrisman, and DJ behind the booth here. We just wanted to say thank you.